Welcome to episode 2 of The Bite. You know, in the first episode, we took you springtime crappie fishing in Minnesota. Now we're taking you to what you know as the Minnesota fishing opener, walleye fishing in Minnesota. We're up on Leech Lake, joining up with the LOA team, Jeff Jiggy Andersen and Jason Freed, along with longtime Clam pros, Scott Seibert and Shelly Holland, to chase walleyes on the infamous Leech Lake. Going after some big fish, gonna run them down, get some fish for dinner, and hopefully bring you some amazing content. Let's get after it.
What's happening, guys? Exciting day around here. It's the Minnesota Fishing Opener week, and this episode for The Bite, we're up here on Leech Lake. I'm with some great people, Scott and Shelly. You know, we spend so much time on the ice together. This is the very first time we get to share a boat together, so I'm looking forward to the laughs, the hook sets, and maybe a few walleyes in the boat. Should we get after it, you guys? Yeah, here they are right here. Look at here's Scott. Yeah. We were just talking about carrying all your gear, right? Switching from boat to boat. And,
yeah. How do you get all one boat into one bag? That was a tough decision for me as I'm packing up the stuff to go fishing. But yeah, definitely looking forward to this day. You know, the walleye fishing on Leech was pretty good for us, so hopefully we turn it around today and make it happen.
And this is my first time on open water at Leech Lake to catch some walleyes. I'm super pumped. Let's get them.
Let's do it. Game time. Yeah, so we've got a few days of fishing in now, and typically on Leech Lake, you know, walleyes during opener, it's all about the shallow bite, and it's as fun as it gets. We kind of say it's bass fishing for walleyes, and you know, you really got to play the conditions. Usually when you got wind like this and cloudy conditions, you can go catch them on the flats. Well, we're a little bit farther ahead this year than normal with the early ice out and the warmer water temps. And so we've been finding the fish a little bit deeper, you know, like 11 to 10 feet. You know, some days when it gets really flat, calm and sunny, we go fish in the weeds and we'll find them there. But this particular area it's just, you know, it's just sand and sand grass, where just adjacent to where they spawn, and sometimes they load up, sometimes they don't. And you know, I use my Humminbird side imaging here, and if I see them, then we'll fish them. If I don't see them, then we go on to the next spot. So it's a fishy day today. It's gonna get rough out there, so I don't want to waste too much time tucked away, but it's the game. Every time we go fishing, you know, and I guide with a great group, Leisure Outdoor Adventures. There's a muskie actually, and we've been out catching fish and having fun, and it's fun to network together and as a group. And we do this a lot. We drive around a lot, and this is a part of fishing that I really like. Is, you know, really diving into the lake with your electronics and not wasting a bunch of time. If the fish aren't there, quite simply, it doesn't make sense to try to fish for them, you know. Once you land on the pot, it's well worth the driving around and looking for them. You have a good bite there, Scott?
Yeah, that was not quite.
Oh, geez.
Just missed it, you know. Got the head only of the shiner. So, but yeah, I could definitely feel it was the good walleye thug. So, come on.
So we're just getting going, just kind of cycling through spots, you know. You know, we started off trying to kind of look for a big one. I thought maybe I'd get a couple of big bites. Didn't happen. So that's the fun part about Leech, is there's so many spots to fish, and you just keep cycling through them and then you find a pot, and it's kind of fun because your mind is always thinking, well, are they shallow, are they deep? You know, we got a really big bug hatch right now, so there's probably some fish that are out deeper, but I'm gonna go we've been fishing mostly sand stuff, sand and sandgrass. We're gonna go fish some sand and rocks here in a little bit, and I think we're gonna find them up there. So atta baby,
There's a fish. All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's nice when you feel that big old thud. I just lost one out there, put another shiner on, and pitched right back out there, and he ate it.
nice keeper wall.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice work, Scott.
Yeah. Like I said, it's
That is what everybody wants to
Yes.
come catch, right?
it is.
Knuckles, atta baby.
Yeah.
We just made a little push up shallow and
marked them and caught them.
that was sweet.
Yeah. So this walleye here, this is the perfect eater slot fish that you catch up here in Leech Lake. If you're going to eat walleyes, this is the size of walleye you want to eat. Catch these smaller ones and they taste very delicious. Speaking of that, Shelly wants to try her new Bubba knife. She loves to clean fish, and I like that too because I don't have to clean them. I'm going to let her clean these.
It's my first time on open water up here on Leech Lake this season, and it feels great. Everything's lush and beautiful. I like the walleye chop. I hope that's going to help our bite today. I've been coming to Leech Lake for 20 plus years. I was fortunate enough to have my dad have several cabins on the lake, and I'll never forget my first few times coming out here. I just thought this lake was so enormous. I really didn't know where I was at any particular time. It was easy to get lost. But after many, many years of traveling the lake, it shrinks. And now I know it like the back of my hand. That's a fun feeling, fishing the same body of water and getting to know it. Leech Lake is huge and so clear and clean. So many beautiful sandy beaches. It's not just all about the fishing here on Leech Lake, but it is one of the best walleye spots. So I'm hoping that we get into them, and I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, so again, like I said, we're just bouncing from spot to spot, and you know, when things are right, it's right. So I like to fish fast until we get on a good pot of them, because like once you find them, it's like it's pandemonium. So that's kind of just what we're looking for, and we're moving and grooving and just looking for a bigger school of fish. Scott caught a nice one, and that was it for a little while. So now off to the next spot. Little guy, but we'll just tune them in. There we go. Well, we just bounced out just a little bit. I'm gonna spot lock it here, you guys, because I marked a couple there. And we got Mr. Walleye right in the yapper. Thanks, buddy. Look at him. Leech Lake Gold right here. It's a nice little keeper. That's you know, we talk about, you know, trying to figure out the, you know, the bite, and your mind goes through all these different checklists. And you know, Scott and I and Shelly we're really just kind of working together and talking about spots, and that's what the fun part of this is. And so Shelly just had a small perch bite, and I had been catching them literally 3 days ago. We caught our limit in an hour right up there. They're not up there, so we slid out and found one. So let's see if we can catch another one. That was a good walleye bite.
Well, it's about 1 o'clock now, and conditions have drastically changed. We're all liking this. We've all mentioned we're going to take a layer off, and we've been moving around, and when we're blowing across the lake, we like this layer on. But just sitting here, I think one of us is going to be peeling this off pretty soon. It's slowing down a little bit. I think we have this afternoon glitch. We're searching though. Jeff's doing a great job of moving us around to see where they're at, and we'll figure it out eventually.
There you go.
Oh, Scott got my fish.
Atta baby.
Oh yeah. Well, I had Mr. Pike bite me off, but I went back to the old reliable gold jig. 1/8 ounce TG jig with a shiner. You can't beat that for catching walleyes. Another one for the frying pan.
Scott's got 2
Yeah.
now.
Uh-oh, look what it just spit up too. Shelly's leech.
Oh, look at that! Yeah. Unreal.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That was my fish he just caught.
No way.
So, and I was trying to let him have it as much as I could muster. And now
You blew it.
I did.
I caught him.
You
Sorry.
did.
No way.
Yeah.
That is
That is just
So here's what I'm learning. They're eating leeches and shiners. That's good to know.
That is crazy.
That is
Oh man.
I'll trade you a shiner
All right.
for a keeper walleye.
Here, you want your part of your leech back, Shelly?
No, I went on to a new.
Perfect little keepers. We're just gonna keep. Our goal is just to keep a couple for the frying pan. Shelly wants to have a little fish fry, so we're gonna keep a couple, and then we're gonna target some bigger fish. You know, so we're just bouncing around, having fun. You know, we kind of lost our wind in our fishy weather, but nice little fish. I'm guessing, yeah, if I was a betting man, when we go up into the weeds, we're gonna find a pretty good bite for keepers, and then towards sunset, I think we're gonna find a couple bigger ones. So just grinding away, having fun, lots of laughs. I mean, you can't make that up. Shelly has a one bite or leech, and then Scott catches it. Like, they'll be talking about that in the truck on the way home. So good stuff.
So what we're doing today, I mean, we've been bouncing around from spot to spot. The wind has been heavier than it laid down now, so we're just using a typical jig and shiner. So what I started off with was a 3/16 ounce jig in that heavier wind, and then what I like to do is I like to cast it out farther to cover more ground, so using a little bit heavier jig. And then what I did now is I dropped down to an 1/8 ounce jig because of the wind laid down. It's pretty calm out here. And just, you know, the biggest important thing of jig fishing is keeping contact with the bottom. And then when you're snap jigging it, you just rip it back a little bit, let it fall back down to the bottom, rip it back, you know, jig, jig, jig. I kind of change it up a little bit from doing some big sweeping motions to just, I like pumping my rod tip a little bit, you know, smaller little jigs. Just changing it up, getting that minnow down there, just different erratic actions, and just to try to trigger a strike. So what I'm using, I got the Rosemore Outdoor Gear 6-foot medium action extra fast tip. What I like about the fast tip is when I go to load up on them fish, I can kind of let them, they don't feel me, but I can watch the rod tip go down, and they don't feel the rod tip and the rod at all. So then I can load up on it and then set the hook. There's plenty of backbone on this rod. So it's a 6-foot, 6.5-foot rod is a great jigging rod to use. I'm using some braid right now. I'll spool it up with braid and mono, but right now I just picked the braid rod to use. But just try different things, different colors. I started off with a pink and white, and now I'm back to my old favorite, gold. When I'm fishing Leech Lake, I love gold jigs, so that's usually what you'll see on most of my rods are gold jigs. So definitely, if you get up here, check out jig fishing. It's a pretty simple way to catch walleyes up here on Leech Lake.
So the beauty part about Leech Lake is it's pretty diverse with different types of structures, you know, with the rock bite, the sand bite, the flat bite, the, you know, weed bite. And, you know, as conditions changed, which we had a beautiful fishy morning, and you know, didn't really go as good as we thought that would go. So we're picking away at them. But with the wind laying down and the sun coming out, we're probably going to go check some weed spots out, maybe get the slip bobber rods out. I may still jig fish, and we may have one throw a slip bobber, one throw a jig and a leech, or that type of thing. So we're gonna go chase the bite and see if we can't put a few more of these walleyes in the boat. And then, like I said, we just want to catch a couple to eat, and then we're gonna go look for a couple bigger ones. So maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't, but I'm sure having fun. Got him right there. Tailing down. You got the net, Shelly?
Let me get my foot out of there.
Nice
That
walleye.
is a bigger one.
We just
just made a move from the main lake. You know, it really wasn't happening out there. We'd catch a fish here or there, but we just pulled up into some cabbage and start pitching some jigs and shiners into the cabbage. And definitely not only bass live in the weeds, but the walleyes like the weeds too. Wasn't gonna lose him, man. He was hooked good. Yeah, perfect. So this one here is a little bit bigger walleye than what we have been throwing in the live well. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this go, and then hopefully it turns into one of them 26, 27 inch walleyes. So there she goes, right back into the cabbage. So that's to say, make sure you definitely don't forget to check out the cabbage if you're ever walleye fishing and the fishing gets tough. Sun is out, the wind went down some, and then them fish like to tuck into that cabbage.
No, I think I got, oh no.
Nice walleye.
There we go. Oh, actually marked that one on the side imaging. This is really cool. Come look at this. So when you look, you can see the walleye sitting. There's 1, 2 walleye sitting right here, and you can see where I set the hook and I caught that one. You can see the shadow coming right to it. So the system of this is really cool. Here, I'll show you this fish right in the top of the yapper. Shelly's gonna want to keep this one because she wants to put that new bubble blade to work. And this is just an 1/8 ounce jig, shiner jig. And this is the system that I'm using. Nice walleye. We're kind of starting to figure them out here. We're gonna, that's probably all we need to keep now. But so here's the system. What we've been doing is there's a weed edge up here, and we're just creeping along with the back tiller of the motor, right? We're creeping along this cabbage edge, and I'm using my side imaging. And when you look here on the graph, you can see the walleye sitting there. And as soon as I mark them like that, I put the talon down. And usually once we catch one, we'll be able to catch one or two. So we're just slowly picking away at them. It's kind of a grindy type day, but we're having fun. The wind lays down, then it blows at 100 miles an hour, and just a typical day here out on Leech Lake, northern Minnesota, having fun. That was cool.
Thank you. Uh-oh. Need the net?
Uh-oh, Shelly needs a net.
She's on fire. Come on, into the net. There it goes. Good job.
Awesome. This is the one I've been waiting for today. I don't think I need any more, so this guy gets to go back, but I would say this has been our best spot today because we're catching multiple walleyes. We've done a lot of searching today, and the fish have been here the whole time, I think. We're in this riverbed and weeds along the edge, a lot of sand weed mixed. I think we're in about 8 feet of water. What are we in, Jeff?
Yeah,
about 8 feet of water. And weeds and sand mixed. That's a good mix. Should probably let this guy go to live another day and get a little bigger. All right, that was fun. Now I got 2 on the board. Totally feels good. You always want to at least catch one. When the reality of fishing is you want everybody to catch fish, but you also want to catch fish. I'd be lying if I said I'd be fine if I didn't catch any walleye at all. But that's the way it goes. It's I've been the one sometimes that doesn't catch a fish, and that's fishing. That's why they call it fishing. Now I feel solid, and I'm gonna be happy and catch some more and bigger. So this is a lot of fun. I love fishing. I love being out here. It's great out here on Leech Lake. Couldn't ask for a better day in May. So this is good.
All right, so Scott and Shelly put the whooping on them. That was our goal, to catch a few nice keepers. It was nice to say that we remembered how to catch them. It felt good. So we caught a few keeper walleyes. We have, like Scott said, 4 in the box. That's just perfect for a nice little meal. And so we came up here to do what we wanted to do. But boy, it was tough fishing some of the flats. You know, they weren't where they were a few days ago. So you just got to adapt. Sun came out, pushed up into the weeds. We're in like 6 to 8 feet, and we're seeing the perch swimming around, biting and everything else. So don't be afraid to find those weeds this time of year, because if you find nice green cabbage that you can see on my graph right here, you're gonna find keeper walleyes like that. Not a huge amount of them in here right now, but enough during, I mean, it was 1:30 when I think we got here, high sun, and we were catching what, about every 15 minutes?
Yeah, it was a good roll.
Yeah, good roll. So now we're gonna go try to get a big bite.
I've been with Clam for, it's been over 20 years now, so it's been a really good run for me. A lot of great people at Clam, obviously, I had spent a lot of time on the ice with Jeff, and never really been in the boat with him, and this is our first time, and it's been a blast. Definitely a good time that we're having fishing walleyes on Leech Lake with them.
Yeah, this is really nice to fish with you, Jeff. Thanks a lot. Because I know that you've been out here a long time fishing Leech Lake, and we've been out here a long time fishing Leech Lake, and we've got to fish with other Clam people, the Clam family, and it's amazing the networking that Clam and fishing in general has, and how you meet people, and it's just such a great energy. You're all excited for the same thing, to be outside on the water and hopefully catching fish. And Clam has so many different groups they help, and for instance the women's groups, we have WHAM and Wisconsin Women Fish, another great networking kind of thing for fishing, and Clam supports all of that. And I don't think I'd be doing any of it if I hadn't met Scott. He was really my window of opportunity. I didn't even know that I was going to get the little bonus here.
Get bit right there. That's a walleye. That a baby.
There's what we're looking for.
Yeah, baby.
All right.
Nice.
Thanks for giving up your blue and white jig.
No doubt. Just figures. Just figures.
There's a lot of them down there.
Yeah.
Nice fish.
Oh, it is. I know we, obviously Jeff's marking some nice fish down there, but the funnier part is me and Shelly switched rods, and this is the blue and white jig that she was using. Yes, it is funny.
Is it?
We caught her eaters, earlier in the day. Came out into the main part of the lake, fishing some deeper structure, and definitely getting some nicer fish. So if you ever get the opportunity to come up here, we got I run a guide service, SKS Guides. You can do some part-time guiding. Jeff Andersen here is full-time guiding with Leisure Outdoor Adventures. If you are looking for a good fishing trip, they'll definitely put you on some fish. So.
Super sweet day with Scott and Shelly. We, that's a typical day out on Leech Lake. The big ones are in kind of a little bit of a funk. They pushed out so deep so fast because of that warm up, and so, but no, I had fun. We set the hook a bunch of time and got a bunch of nice keepers, 16, 18 inchers, nice ones, and we searched out a big one. Scott got a pretty decent one. It was a spawned out skinny one, but decent good fish. And so we're gonna get up in the morning and do it again. So sweet day on Leech Lake. Can't wait to do it again.
We got day 2. We're gonna go out and catch some walleyes. Obviously we need some fuel to get around all these fishing spots, so I'm just topping off the fuel tank, and off to Leech Lake we're going.
We got a new friend this morning?
We do. Jason Freed is a Leisure Outdoor Adventure guide, and he's gonna put us on a big walleye today.
So you're the key.
Like to think so, and hope so, maybe. Fresh cup of coffee. Leech is a wind-driven lake, so it's gonna blow today. So we're hoping that that eliminates about 90% of the lake. It puts about 90% of the fish and 10% of the lake. So that's the hope for today, including a big one. So we're gonna see what we can do. All right, here, so we're gonna kind of do a little 1-2 punch. We've divide and conquer here today. Jeff is in his boat. He loves to, that's why his nickname is Jiggy. He's Jeff Jiggy Andersen. He loves to jig. So they're gonna go after the jig and minnow bite. And Shelly and I, we're gonna slow things down. Walleyes are high skies here today, so we're gonna slow it down a little bit, and we're gonna do a little rigging and kind of the old 1-2 punch. You know, this time of year, you've got the jig and minnow bite, but at the same time you got the creature bite. So leeches and crawlers can sometimes catch fish, especially when walleyes are in a little bit more negative mood. You know, they can be kind of the, you know, negative Nellies every now and then. So we're gonna slow things down, try to put the bait right in front of their face, and more importantly, we're gonna try to catch a big one doing it.
Another pike, huh? Go, go. We got him. Woo! That's the one we're after. Big giant one. All right, I'm gonna grab that's a nice one.
We spent a lot of time on the water yesterday searching for a fish like this, and we came out here right away this morning. Jeff put me right on top of this fish. This thing came down, just whacked my jig, and the battle was on.
Yeah, we marked it on the, you know, on the hummingbird, and a beautiful red mark, and I just slid back a little bit. We lined Scott's jig up, and it dunk. Sweet.
Oh. Nice fish.
Well, it's, you know, it's a game of, like, we kept keepers yesterday, and big ones today. So let's be fast. We'll get that one back in the water, and let it go. Let her go. Look at that. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's a beauty. Oh, I love that sight. Look at her go back.
Right back down to the bottom she went.
You know, yesterday we wanted to set the hook and catch some keepers, right? And so it's good to be able to catch a few fish and keep a few fish for a fish fry. There's nothing wrong with that. That's what people love to do. But those ones,
they got to go back.
Those are the ones you want to let go. You know, 27-incher, beautiful walleye.
Nice fish, yeah. What a fishery. You know, the Leech Lake is just an awesome fishery.
Yeah. So. Yesterday, hook sets. Today, we wanted a big one. It took us about 5 minutes. It doesn't always go like that, right?
No, it does not.
Yeah.
It did today, and you know, really appreciate you put me on that fish. That was awesome.
It's a fun adventure. That's what truly fishing is all about. Is like you go through all these different days, and some days it works out, some days it doesn't. So you enjoy the moment. Yeah. You know, lots of memories in this whole area. Fishing this area, and so yeah,
definitely
okay.
Nice bite.
We could probably say thanks for the great time, but I think we're gonna try to maybe set the hook a few times. And I know Shelly and Jason are just fishing right over there.
Right.
And so we'll let them set the hook a few times, and
I'm ready.
Maybe one more big one.
I'll get another big one. I'll take another one. So let's make it happen.
That's the bite right there. That is the bite.
Oh, smell some. Slow us down a little bit. I don't think it's a big fish, but the way it did. Oh, I hate crawlers some days. So you don't know if they just grabbed the end of it and took off, or if they... Alright. Fish on. It's the keeper. 15-incher or so. That thing ate it like a bluegill. Not a giant. If we were keeping fish, that'd be a good one for the old frying pan, but you can't even see the... I will say though, they shot it. I mean, felt like I got this bluegill just, you know, they just grab it. We're not keeping any fish. I eat enough fish during the summer and cut up enough fish in the summer that honestly, I think it's best to put them back a lot of times. So we're gonna put this guy back and keep rolling. Hooked up. You feel like a giant. Sometimes they swim towards the boat, so you never know. Oh, there's another one right below us. Nope. We were keeping fish. We were on them.
Right?
Little guy.
Might want to lift him right out of the net.
Somehow that one got out of the nursery. Just a little guy. But for guys like us who are fishing guides, this is the future of Leech Lake. So, you know, we want to, most importantly, we want to get these kind of fish back and let them grow, so then customers down the road can catch more.
Yeah, I mean, those are cute.
Cute. That's
Look
a good way of
they're
putting it. They're cute.
Cute fish you got, Jason.
We're gonna let this cute fish go. So, you know, I've been guiding on Leech Lake for 10 years now with Leisure Outdoor Adventures, and we're just a guide team. That's what we call ourselves, as a team. And as a coach, as a football coach, and as a teacher, being part of a team is oftentimes a really big deal for me. And so we're a collective group of guys who love fishing, are die-hard competitors, and more importantly, I think we love watching our people catch fish. And so for us, Leech Lake is kind of our home base. It's where we've had our largest footprint, and we just continue to grow and grow, and we keep adding guys to our team, and to me that's what it's all about.
And I think it's been fun to watch you guys. A lot of us other anglers from Clam have watched you grow, and it's been really fun to watch because you've been very successful, and good job. Good job. I feel like you've done it right. You hired the right people.
You know, I think for us being part of companies and partnering with companies like Clam and Blackfish, you know, in order to run a successful guide business, you got to have the right gear. And for us to be able to have Blackfish and Clam nets and all the ice fishing stuff, you know, you get on the ice and water that you've got what you need to catch fish.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at that frog belly, huh? Woohoo! That is a good one. I'm gonna put it in the live well, Adam. You should come over here. Woo! Come on over. Okay, so the wind is absolutely rocking out here, huh, Scott? Yeah, it's getting crazy. We had a mission today to put a couple of big ones in the net, and we sure did today. Scott started the morning off with just a dandy. Then we went out and we caught a couple other smaller fish, and then we went out and got a nice 22, 23 incher. Yeah. We're having a blast. Well, and Adam wasn't fishing too far from us, and I ended up hooking into a really nice one. So we'll take a quick look at it and
Get her back.
Yeah. Look at that.
Nice fish.
Really nice one. Leech Lake Gold.
Yeah,
I like it.
That fish has some nice colors. You can see that coming up as we're going to net it.
Yeah.
It has them gold colors just shining in that sunlight. So.
Yep. I'm gonna just put it back in the live well here. We're gonna take a photo of it, but those are the ones that you want to release. We talked about it. We're targeting those big ones, but you want to release those. But I had the live well going constantly. It's going to revive. We'd like to take a few photos of it, but it's good to only have them out of the water for a short period of time. Put them back in the water. Let them revive. Get some oxygen in his lungs and everything else. So super sweet fish catch.
Just an awesome day of fishing. You know, we caught small fish, we caught large fish. I mean, what more can you ask for?
Yeah.
Weather's turning a little nasty on us with this wind, but overall it's been an awesome couple days of fishing.
My buddy David from Sweden says, "Freak fish, but in freak conditions." That's what he says. Freak fish, but in freak conditions. It's pretty freaky out, but that's a great thing about Leech is I'm trying to talk as loud as I can in this wind. I don't know if you can grasp it, but you can get out of the wind. It doesn't matter how windy it is. You can at least get into a safe area to fish. I wouldn't want to be on the north end of Sucker or Portage right now. No. Because there's 5-footers up there. So.
Yeah, there's plenty of accesses around to get into any bay, a lot of different bays you can fish. So definitely a lot of places to fish.
Well, That fish that's in there, we're gonna take a few quick photos. We're gonna get it back swimming in Leech Lake so you can come up here, fish with Scott, myself, Jason, Leisure Outdoor Adventure crew, the SKS guides. But that is The Bite. That is episode number 2, and this is Leech Lake walleye fishing.